Hello and welcome to the Commander's Quarters, your Magic the Gathering source that helps you command your budget. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support. Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Quarters studio. Welcome to the show. So, welcome to Day 4 of spoiler season of Streets of New Capenna, and yeah, Day 3 was quite crazy. We had a ton of spoilers. I mean, I think I did 6 quick takes yesterday, which might be a record. Regardless, I ended up with the last one yesterday on Errant Street Artist, and this very well might be the most unique commander from the set. But before you head out to check out that 1 mana commander, stay tuned to this episode, which is on a 15 mana card. That is right, 15 mana. So what in the world does Shadow of Mortality do? Well, you're gonna have to blame Eddie to find out, because if I make any mistakes on this episode, you know it's always Eddie's fault and not mine, so blame Eddie in the comments below. And now with that said, let's jump into it. So, Shadow of Mortality is a 7/7 avatar that costs, ready for it, 13 black. Yeah, that is a ton of mana. However, it does say if your life total is less than your starting life total, this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the difference. Now, in a format like Standard or Modern or, any format where your life total starts off at 20, yeah, this card is going to be a riskier play, I would think, than in a format like Commander where you've got a little more padding. Because, yeah, let's just say, obviously, the goal would be to be able to cast this for as cheap as possible, so let's say that you're going to be able to cast it for just 2 mana, right, if you've got a reduction of 13, well, then that means in a format where you've got 20 life where you're starting, you're down to, what, 7 life? And yeah, for a 7/7... I am not an expert on those formats, so I have no idea if that's good or not, but yeah, I mean, that's a bit riskier being at 7 life. Versus in a format like Commander where you start off at 40 life, yeah, if you're down to 27 life, that's not the worst thing. I mean, you'd prefer to be at 40, obviously, but 27 is still a decent amount of life, and now you've got this 7/7 for just 2 mana. Now, the fact that this is just a plain 7/7 that does nothing else, I mean, again, no keywords on this at all, no flying, no trample, no infect. I mean, that'd be hilarious if it infect. It wouldn't be funny to some people. Regardless, again, it's just a vanilla 7/7. Now, the fact that it's a 7/7 doesn't really matter to some decks out there. I mean, they really don't care what the card does at all. All they care about is the mana cost, and having a very high converted mana cost card like this one can be incredibly beneficial to those decks. Now, we'll talk about what commanders out there specifically really want this card, but first, the design and the name of the card is, of course, pretty reminiscent of the card Death Shadow, a 13/13 avatar. There's 13 again right there. That just costs a black, but it's going to get -X where X is your life total. So, whereas your life total has an impact on the converted mana cost of our brand new Shadow of Mortality, your life total in this case is impacting the power and toughness. So, in a way, it's kind of the reverse of this new card in terms of design, though, again, each, benefit from you having a lower life total, but in different ways. That being said, obviously, Death Shadow doesn't see much play at all in Commander, and it doesn't benefit from having a high converted mana cost, which, certain decks out there really just want cards that have a really high converted mana cost, and 15 is a ton. I mean, Shadow of Mortality joins a very, very exclusive club of, well, only 3 creatures in Magic's history, okay, outside of Silver Border, that actually cost 15 or more. There are only 3 others. The first up is Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, which, yeah, is a massive card that can dominate other formats, but not Commander, because it is banned for a couple of reasons. Next up, there's a Tokthin Worm, a 9/14 worm that costs, get ready for it, 10 green, 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 white, white. So 15 mana in total. And it has Trample, but it also has Convoke, so that's how you're supposed to help cast to get it out. And then there's Draco, a 9/9 artifact creature dragon that costs 16, it has flying, and it's got Domain. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control, and another really weird domain thing. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Draco unless you pay 10. The cost is reduced by 2 for each basic land type among lands you control. So yeah, obviously the idea of this one is if you've got, say, the 5 basic lands in play, that's what, a 10 cost reduction, so this costs 6, so you've got a 9/9 flyer, and as long as you've got those basic lands in play still, you don't have to pay an upkeep cost. So yeah, Shadow Mortality has the second highest, or should I say it's tied for the second highest converted mana cost in Magic history. Again, not including Silver Border. Now, obviously, the Worm has a more restrictive casting cost, or should I say, more colors in its color identity, so it's going to fit in less decks than, say, Draco, for, decks out there that just care about converted mana cost. So I would say that Shadow Mortality is probably more comparable to Draco, and can definitely fit into similar decks to that one. And actually, in those decks, though it does have a converted mana cost that is 1 less, it might be even better because, well, it's going to be a lot easier to cast than Draco. There are going to be plenty of times where you have that card in your hand and you can easily cast that 7/7 for just 2 mana versus Draco, well, maybe you're casting it for 12 or 14 or whatnot. So the first commander that I want to bring up that definitely wants this brand new card is Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos. It's a 4/4 Ogre Demon that costs 3 and a black, and it has pay a black, sacrifice a creature, scry 2, but more importantly, pay 2 and a red, tap, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos deals damage equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target. So this Hidetsugu is all about getting the right cards on the top of your library and pinging your opponents. Okay, I guess you can ping any target, right? But most likely your opponent's faces for a ton. So get Shadow Mortality on top of your library, pay just 3 mana, tap this, exile it, and ping someone in the face for 15. Or, if you got a damage doubler out there, 30, because that's fun. And of course, usually if you were to exile something like, say, Draco off the top of your library, yes, you're dealing 16, but chances are you're not going to be able to pay, well, I mean, you can probably get the reduction to, 12 in this deck most likely, so yeah, you're probably not going to be able to cast that. That being said, obviously, if your own life total is, say, at 27 or less, you can easily cast that new card for just 2 mana. So again, even though Shadow Mortality is going to help you deal 1 less damage, it's probably going to be more impactful in this kind of a deck. Next up, of course, we've got to talk about a very popular commander with Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow. She's a 1/3 human ninja with commander ninjutsu for blue-black. Yeah, cheat out your commander, skip commander tax. Yeah, that's very powerful. Anyways, whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. Each opponent loses life equal that card's converted mana cost. So, yeah, now if your Shadow Mortality is on top of your library, all of your opponents are losing 15 life. So if you got 3 opponents, that's 45 life lost just for swinging with this commander and hitting someone. Or should I say, probably swinging with an unblockable creature, then ninjutsuing this commander, and then hitting someone. And again, unlike Draco, it's not just going to be a dead card in your hand. Most likely, if you need to cast it, you can probably cast it. Or at least I should say, once your life total is down to a certain amount. You know what I mean? Next up, how about Vile Smasher the Fierce, another popular commander, a 2/3 Goblin Berserker that says, whenever you cast your first spell each turn, Vile Smasher the Fierce deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to an opponent chosen at random, and it's got partner. So obviously, it doesn't really matter what partner you choose for Vile Smasher the Fierce, you can fit this brand new card into this deck because the color identity is already, a match. Regardless, yeah, once your life total is down to the, appropriate amount to cast, again, say 27 or less, you can just pay 2 mana for a 15 mana spell. And again, as long as that's the first spell you cast on your turn, you are pinging an opponent random for 15. So, hope those opponents are feeling lucky to not get pinged by that. And the final commander that I want to bring up is Volrath the Fallen, a 6/4 that costs 3 black, 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 and it says pay 1 and a black, discard a creature card from your hand. Volrath the Fallen gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the discarded card's converted mana cost. This actually slots in perfectly for a Volrath deck. I mean, again, if we just do the math really quick, if we discard that for 2 mana, that's a 15 mana card, we are getting +15 to Volrath the Fallen, making it a 21-19. So that is a one-shot commander KO. So yeah, according to TD there are 147 Volrath decks out there. So to all of you 147 Volrath fans, you've got a new card. But now as this episode is coming to a close, it's time for me to give you my final thoughts on Shadow of Mortality. Again, the fact that this is just a 7/7 vanilla creature does not matter, because the decks that want this card really want it just because it has an incredibly high converted mana cost. I mean, again, one of the highest converted mana costs of all time. Also, its color identity kind of fits perfectly into decks that really care about high converted mana cost cards, again, like Hidetsugu, Yuriko, even Volrath, and of course, Vial Smasher. Yeah, those decks are really going to want just a massive, I'm going to say massive creature. I mean, it's a 7/7, that's not bad, but a massive converted mana cost on a creature like this one. And again, unlike other cards like, Draco, it might not just be a dead card in your hand after, you do the thing, you ping something for a ton of damage. It's not going to just be a dead card in your hand because, if your life total gets down low enough, you can easily cast this again. Paying 2 mana for a 7/7, not bad. That being said, though, this is a pretty crazy and unique design. And yeah, if you haven't seen some of my other episodes on some crazy cards from this spoiler season, make sure you check those out. And I'm sure we've got even more exciting spoilers coming out today, tomorrow, the next day, and I think that's the last day of spoiler season, Thursday. But yeah, make sure you check those episodes out. And with that, this show is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on this episode are, and as always, thanks again and have a good one.